And we are live, my friends.
Welcome, everyone, to International Workers' Day in Spoken Word and Song. I'm Marcie Boyd, coming to you from Berkeley, California, and I'd like to introduce my co-host, Lisa Gallatin in Arlington, Mass.
We're so excited to be here as the People's Music Network. We're here to sustain and grow a diverse community of performing artists, activists, and allies who use music, poetry, and every art form as catalysts for a just and peaceful world. And we are delighted and proud to be celebrating International Workers' Day with you.
I'd like to introduce Ben Grosscup, Executive Director of PMN, who will be running the tech for our Zoom meeting today, who has a few comments for you.
Thank you so much, Marcie. Thank you, Lisa, for organizing the program tonight. We have an incredible in-person event coming up at the later in the month on Memorial Day weekend. It's the People's Music Network Summer Gathering. We've been in Groton, Massachusetts for this event since 2022, and it's an incredible opportunity to meet people in person and spend time and do like three days, with music workshops and incredible networking that takes place. There's a lot of information about the workshops at peoplesmusic.org. I know Jenny is organizing one of the Hello, Jenny. Good to see you over there. Organizing one of the workshops with some of her colleagues from Boston. But it's going to be May 23rd to 25th. 2025. Jane Sapp is coming up for this event. We've got workshops on Black spirituals. We've got workshops on Son Jarocho music, workshops on songwriting. A number of the people actually who are part of the program tonight are going to be presenting workshops, and maybe that might be a thing if anybody is planning to be there at the summer gathering could share a little bit about what they're planning to bring this year, because we are a organization that makes a collective effort in how we produce that program, how we share that space together, and how we sustain this tradition of music for social change. So I'm so excited to be working with all of you on that, and pass it back to you, Marcie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ben. I'd also like to introduce Eric Law, a member of the PMN Steering Committee. Do you want to say anything, Eric, or just show us who you are?
Yes, while we're on program, with Marcie and others, coordinate the If I Had a Song, which is a peer review feedback. If you have a song or poem, wants to get some feedback that you're working on, come. Our next one is just the Monday before Conversion, the 19th. And so do check that out and come and share your song in progress with us. And I'm honored to be working with Marcie always, and with Ben and Lisa. Good to meet you. And I'm just behind the scene doing what needs to be done. Okay, so so thank you. Have a great show, everybody.
Thank you, Eric. We'll be hearing more from Eric and Ben later. So we have a wonderful program planned for you today. A few details before we start the show. So people are going to be, in addition to watching and singing on Zoom, there are also going to be people on the YouTube live stream. And Ben is posting the direct link for that, which you can certainly share with people. And also want to remind people that, unfortunately, on Zoom, we do not yet have the ability to sing in harmony. So when somebody is sharing a song, please mute yourself and sing along as loud and exuberantly as you like, but please keep your mic muted, otherwise there's a time delay and it gets very chaotic. Lisa.
And I just have a few words for our artists. We're here to perform, but we're also here to listen to and appreciate each other. So as you introduce yourself, feel free to share your reactions to the music you're hearing, or perhaps what moves you about being a part of this May Day celebration. Although I have to say, keep it short, please.
You can use the chat to give written encouragement to people throughout the program. If you feel moved by something that someone shared, please write a brief comment in the chat saying so, and make sure to include their name so they know it's for them.
And keep in mind that there's actually two separate chats going on, one on Zoom for the performers and one on Facebook Live for everyone who is listening in and commenting.
Word about donations. One of the ways we support the People's Music Network is through the donations we receive for these online streams. Many people donated when they registered for the Zoom event, and for folks watching the live stream who want to support PMN, we have pinned a link to the top of the live stream that you can use to donate by PayPal or Venmo.
Okay, so Marcie, I think we're ready to get started. All right, happy May Day, everybody. Happy International Workers' Day. International Workers' Day is an official government holiday in most countries, not in the United States, but in many, many countries there are mass demonstrations and marches and taking place to celebrate worker and immigrant rights. Given the times, this is a very apt moment to step back and draw inspiration from some of the history of May Day. And one of the ways we can do that is through the wonderful music that is a part of those movements. And our first performers will be Marcie Boyd and Donna Mandel from La Peña Community Chorus in Berkeley, California. And they'll be sharing the song Bread and Roses with us.
And we are in Berkeley, California, as we speak. We belong to a group called the La Peña Chorus. La Peña is a cultural center in Berkeley, started by Chilean expats after the dictatorship took over Chile in the early 70s. And the chorus has been going since the late 70s. How many years have we been going?
I haven't been there that long.
However many that years that is.
Late 70s. Yeah.
And most of our repertoire is in Spanish, but we do have a few songs in English, and this is one of them. Please feel free to sing along. Muted, of course. Wonderful song from labor history. As we go marching, marching in the beauty of the day, a million darkened kitchens, a thousand mill-lofts gray, are touched with all the radiance that a sudden sun discloses, for the people hear us singing bread and roses, bread and roses. As we go marching, marching, we battle to for men, for we fight a common battle, and together we can win. Our lives shall not be sweated from birth until life closes. Hearts starve as well as bodies. Give us bread and give us roses. As we go marching, marching, unnumbered women dead go crying through our singing their ancient call for bread. Soul, art, and love and beauty, their grudging spirits new. Yes, it is bread we fight for, but we fight for roses too. As we go marching, marching, we are standing proud and tall, for the rising of the women means the rising of us all. No more slaves and no more masters, dozens toil as one reposes, but a sharing of life's glories, bread and roses, bread and roses.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for starting us off with such a classic, important song from the labor movement. And now, actually, Marcie,
Yes,
it's
I get to it.
back to you.
I get to introduce the next performer. This is someone I know from our monthly Monday gathering called If I Had a Song, which is for songwriters with works in progress. And I am not sure that I've actually heard this song before, but I am really looking forward to it because it's Power in the Union. Please welcome John Kloss.
Hi, Marcie. Thanks very much for that great version of a classic labor song, Bread and Roses. I'm in a small group here called the Angels Union, and we've done Bread and Roses at a number of different events, Labor Day events and other union events. And so I'm in Sudbury, Ontario. I was a proud member of the Ontario Public Service Employees Union. Also member of the Sudbury District Labor Council. I wore some of my union bling today. This song is a Billy Bragg song. I don't know if you've heard it. It's called Power in the Union. It's an old, he redid this song. It was originally, I believe, a Joe Hill song. So we'll give it a shot here. Don't think you can hear the guitar. Can you hear the guitar?
Sounds great.
Oh, I know why I can't hear the guitar. It's not in my headphone. Excuse me. One more time. There's power in the factory, power in the land, power in the hands of the worker. But it all amounts to nothing if together we don't stand. There is power in the union. Well, the lessons of the past were all learned with workers' blood. The mistakes of the bosses we must pay for. From the cities and the factories to the trenches full of mud. War has always been the boss's way, sir. The union forever defending our rights. No more strike breakers, all workers unite. With all the fellow workers from every land. There is power in the union. How I long for the morning that they realize brutality and unjust laws can't defeat us. But who'll defend the worker who cannot organize when they send their lackeys out to cheat us? Money speaks for money, the devil for his own. Who comes to speak for the worker alone? What a comfort to the widow, a light to the child. There is power in the union forever defending our rights. No more strike breakers, all workers unite. With all the working people, together we will win. There is power in the union. Solidarity forever. I got the back of my T-shirt. I don't know if
Looks great, John. Oh, thank you so much for including that song. That's one of my very favorite union songs. I'd like to next introduce Barbara Dyskant. And Barbara, I apologize ahead of time if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. And Barbara is going to sing for us To Right This Wrong.
Yes, well, first, in our PMN tradition, I want to speak to John's singing and his presentation. I felt like I was hearing Joe Hill. That conviction, that passion, that complete presence, that like you were bringing him here up to date right now when indeed we need him. And I'm very happy we have you. And that's basically what I have to say. Your delivery, your guitar, your resonant voice. You didn't hear me singing out loud, but I sure was. I also, before I sing, I want to put in a plug for the If I Had a Song group. I'm also on the team. And the song I'm doing right now, I workshopped at it last Monday and rewrote quite a bit of it. And forgive me, I don't quite remember it all. This is speaking. I not remember it all, but I haven't. It's new. I finished it literally an hour ago. And it's speaking to the thousands and thousands of undocumented workers who are being rounded up right now and deported and jailed and all the rest of it. So I feel like we need to, I wanted very strongly to speak to them, perhaps especially since a member of our community is among the ones who was dragged off, and we're trying to free him right now. This is called To Right Us Wrong, and forgive me if I stumble on some of the words. Thanks for being here, and I encourage everyone to be part of that If I Had a Song group. I don't know how my songs would be without them. We can't allow evil to flourish or cruelty be done. A harm to anybody is a harm to anyone. We've got to stand together and shout out clear and strong and use our mighty numbers to right this wrong. His name's Kilmar Abrego Dafcia, a Venezuelan and working man. Here 10 years legally, he thought this was the freedom land. He has a wife who loves him and a disabled son. He works hard for a living. He thought this was the freedom land. He was standing on the curb, his son sitting in the car. They suddenly grabbed him and dragged him to an unmarked man. They said, "We're ICE Immigration Control. You are in a vicious gang. We're sending you to El Salvador to rot in prison and never go home again." We can't allow evil to flourish or cruelty be done. A harm to anybody is a harm to anyone. We've got to raise our voices and shout out clear and strong and use our mighty numbers to right this wrong. Hundreds of thousands of migrant workers, documents or none, in our farms, households, and factories. They make our nation run. They are our friends and neighbors, and they work and pay taxes like you and me. Their children laugh and play in the land they thought was of the free. Now they're rounded up like cattle, jailed and deported and disappeared. Women and men and little children, those who remain, live in fear. It gets worse every day, lives shattered and torn apart. How can we stand by and watch and say, we have a heart? We can't allow evil to flourish or cruelty be done. A harm to anybody is a harm to everyone. We have to raise our voices and hang out clear and strong, and use our mighty voices to right this wrong. We can't allow evil to flourish or cruelty be done. A harm to anybody is a harm to anyone. We've got to raise our voices and sing out clear and strong, and use our mighty numbers to right this wrong. Thank you.
Oh, Barbara, that was so beautiful and so timely. Thank you so much. It's a very, very moving song. It is my pleasure to introduce the next performers, whom you've already met briefly, at least one of them, Lisa Gallatin and Jenny Bonham Carter. I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. Lisa is a longtime community and union organizer and choral director. Her 30 years of leading choruses have included On the Line, a union women's picket line singing group, and a Bessere Welt, a Yiddish community chorus. She also leads singing and chanting at many picket lines and rallies. And Jenny, originally from Sweden, although you would never know it when you listen to her speak English, has lived in the US in the Boston area since 2016. In the last few years, she has done so much song leading at social and racial justice gatherings that she's finally realized she's actually an activist. So please welcome Jenny and Lisa.
Thank you, Marcie. I'm currently leading a protest chorus called Be Vocal, Boston Voices of Community and Labor. And Jenny, do you want to just say a word about what you're currently doing?
Yes. I run the Music and Arts, the Theomusicology for the Poor People's Campaign, the Massachusetts chapter. Please check it out.
And Barbara, I want to say, I was so moved by your song, and I wrote down one of the lines in the refrain. I really want to remember it. We've got to shout out clear and strong, use our mighty voices to right this wrong. I think there's a chant in there. It's a line that really feels like we need and we should remember. So this next song was inspired by a campaign that the UAW ran right after its strike last year. And if you haven't seen it, I encourage you to go to YouTube and just Google These Hands UAW. It's a really powerful video about the workers who not only make automobiles, but who also have built this country. And that inspired this song. We want you to sing with us, and so we're going to teach it to you. The words are, These hands are made to build. These arms are made to reach. These feet are made to carry us forward, and we are marching. These hands are made to build. These arms are made to reach. These feet are made to carry us forward. And forward we go, arm in arm, we're not afraid. Step by step, we light the way, building, reaching for the day when we are union. And Jenny and I will sing it in unison for you, and then we're going to add a little bit of harmony. These hands are made to build. These hands are made to reach. These feet are made to carry us forward, and we are marching. These hands are made to build. These arms are made to reach. These feet are made to carry us forward, and forward we go, arm in arm, we're not afraid. Step by step we'll light the way, building, reaching for the day when we are union. These hands are made to build. These arms are made to reach. These feet are made to carry us forward, and we are marching. These hands are made to build. These arms are made to reach. These feet are made to carry us forward, and forward we go, arm in arm, we're not afraid. Step by step we'll light the way, building, reaching for the day when we are union. Give it a try.
These hands are made to build. These arms are made to reach. These feet are made to carry us forward, and we are marching. These hands are made to build. These arms are made to reach. These feet are made to carry us forward, and forward we go, arm in arm, we're not afraid. Step by step we'll light the way, building, reaching for the day when we are union. Marching in union, building the union. We are the union.
Wow. Yeah, that was so short. Can you just do it again?
Are you serious?
Yes, it was so short and so powerful. And I think people would really like to hear it again so we can learn it.
All right, well, on one condition, yes, that everybody sing with us. You ready?
Yeah.
We'll go through it twice. Let's see if we're still in the same key.
Always interesting.
Yes.
Oh.
2, 3, 4.
These hands are made to build. These arms are made to reach. These feet are made to carry us forward, and we are marching. These hands are made to build. These arms are made to reach. These feet are made to carry us forward, and forward we go, arm in arm, we're not afraid. Step by step we'll light the way, building, reaching for the day when we are union. These hands are made to build. These arms are made to reach. These feet are made to carry us forward, and we are marching. These hands are made to build. These arms are made to reach. These feet are made to carry us forward, and forward we go, arm in arm, we're not afraid. Step by step we'll light the way, building, reaching for the day that we are union. Marching in union, building the union. We are the union.
Wow. Again, wow.
Thank you. It's fun. It's fun. Well, I now have the pleasure of introducing an artist, singer-songwriter, choral director who I have long admired, Bev Grant. And Bev is an icon of our movement, of activism, of music, of bringing music into our movements. A very, very special person and contribution to those values that we hold so, so dearly. So thank you, Bev. And Bev is going to sing, or it sounds like a video, going to entertain us with a video, Where Women Rule.
Thank you, Lisa. That was so good. As a choral or former choral director, I really appreciated the interaction, the harmonies. It's a perfect song for many voices. And, you know, particularly that ending, I can just hear, you know, really, that was great. I'm going to play a video of a song I wrote probably almost 20 years ago. It's a song about a woman in Kenya named Rebecca Lola Soli, who I got to know through a newspaper article many years ago and wrote a song about it. And she was very special because she is an indigenous woman who was living in a village where women are just totally worthless in terms of their husbands and families. They're just there to serve them, and lots of things happen. And she actually started a village for women who had been cast out of their homes because they were raped by British soldiers. And then they were, you know, condemned to a life of shame by their families, by their loved ones. And the village, it's grown, and she's gained national attention for the work that she's done to organize women. And they have had these, there's several of them now, women's villages where women finally in their lives can own something because they could not own anything before, even though they did all the work. So now they till the land and they have livestock, and they've gone from being very skinny because all they could eat was what was left over on their loved ones' plates. And so they're much healthier, and their children are going to school. And I had the honor of meeting her because she was sponsored by a women's human rights organization called Madre that supports women around the world since the 1970s. And she came, and I saw her at John Jay College, and then she came to a chorus rehearsal of the Brooklyn Women's Chorus, and we sang the song to her, and it was quite an emotional experience. And I think of this as a worker song because they certainly did not own the means of production when they were living with in their ancestral village, but now they do, and it's made such a difference in their lives. So I think that's about it. That was a long intro, sorry.
We can play the video.
Yeah.
Rebecca Lolo Soli took the hand of a frightened teenage girl who was being forced to wed, and 3 times her age. You are a small girl, come sit here next to me. I will tell you about Georgia underneath the shade. This is a patch of Africa where women rule. This is our own village. No one treats you cruel. Here our rights are sacred. When you walk through our door, you won't have to put up with their nonsense anymore. Seth Kukule rage he felt that day. When his sobbing wife came home, her body raped and tore, he pulled a knife on her and said she brought him shame. She ran to Rebecca and knew Moja village was born. They said, this is a patch of Africa where women rule. This is our own village, no one treats you cruel. Here our rights are sacred when you walk through our door. You won't have to put up with their nonsense anymore. Cheeky woman, troublemaking lady. This is a song I sing in honor of the women who would change the status quo. On every continent, you'll find them sharing what they know. When women remain silent, no one thinks that they have anything to say. Rebecca, Lola, Soli, others show us another way. This is a patch of Africa where women rule. This is our own village, no one treats you cruel. Here our rights are sacred when you walk through our door. You won't have to put up with their nonsense anymore. Oh yeah, yeah. This is a patch of Africa where women rule. Oh yeah. This is our own village. This is our own village. No one treats you cruel. Here our rights are sacred. Oh, when you walk through our door, you won't have to put up with their nonsense anymore. Cheeky woman, troublemaking lady. Oh yeah, yeah. Cheeky woman. Oh yeah. Troublemaking lady.
Wow, thank you, Bev. I love that song, and I love the visuals that go with it. I got to go to Kenya last year for the first time, and I've seen and met a lot of the women that, not the specific women, but women in similar situations. And wow, the world needs more Rebeccas and more Bev Grants, but there's only one. All right, I'm got to get back to my script, so I find out who I'm introducing next. Oh, well, this person probably needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce him anyway. He is the executive director of the People's Music Network. He is also a longtime activist, singer, songwriter, singing about the ideas and values of the revolutionary social movements he's part of. Drawing upon activist folk singing traditions, Ben Groscup brings new songs to the rallies, strikes, picket lines, and virtual events where they're most relevant. He leads purposeful group singing that raises political consciousness. And so everybody get ready to have your political consciousness raised even more. Please welcome Ben Groscup.
Thank you so much, Marcie. It's great to join this and to be listening to all these songs. And thank you, Bev, so much for that song. I'll use some of the quotes here in the chat. Bev, I love this story and the passion with which you sing and tell it and the photos you include. Thank you for sharing it with us. Charlehi out of tragedy a great victory. We need more stories like this. Thank you, Bev. And just adding my own thought, Bev, I love the internationalist ending. You take this very specific story of the village that you sing about, and then talk about the need for, the international feminist consciousness. I love that. Thank you so much. I am going to do a song that's derivative work. So this guy, Oliver Anthony, had a big hit a while ago called, I don't know, something like Rich Men North of Richmond or something. But Billy Bragg did kind of an interesting response song, because there's a long, rich history. We heard a song from Billy Bragg earlier, but Billy Bragg also was doing this interesting response song to kind of the political content of what Oliver Anthony had done. And I liked that. And in the spirit of doing another response song, thought I would put my own spin on it. So this is Rich Men Owning North of $1 billion. If you're selling your soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, nothing's gonna change if all you do is wish you could wake up and it not be true. Join a union, fight for better pay. Join a union, organize today. If you want your freedom, it's time we stand our ground. Rich men owning north of $1 billion wanna keep us working folks down. Wanna keep us working folks down. If you form a union, you'll soon find common troubles on working folks' minds. The dollar won't stretch, there's a family to feed. The health insurance doesn't cover what you need, if you even have it. So when your neighbor's in pain and he's putting on pounds and he takes a pill just so he can move around, something's wrong when we let him drown in the shame of being kicked so damn far down. Join a union, fight for free health care. Join a union, tell the rich to pay their share. We face a common enemy, black or white or brown. Rich men owning north of $1 billion wanna keep us working folks down. Wanna keep us working folks down. The culture war stirs righteous hearts. While our future falls apart, they're building nuclear bombs as the oceans rise and the forest fire smoke burns our eyes. Well, the class war's here, it's nothing new. It's the rich against poor, not the red against blue. If you don't like the rich having total control, we gotta make the union roll. Join a union for peace and dignity. Join a union for all humanity. Whether you live in a city or a little country town, rich men owning north of $1 billion. Rich men owning north of $1 billion. Rich men owning north of $1 billion wanna keep us working folks down. Wanna keep us working folks down. If you're selling your soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, join a union. Thank you all.
So now I have another line that I want to remember. It's the rich against poor, not the red against blue. Yeah. That's another line that's going into a chant.
Yes. Okay. We're thinking on the same page then. That's good. Thank you, Lisa.
I have the pleasure now of introducing Pinetree.
who's going to be singing for us Teacher Blues. And Al, I have to tell you, I work for the Teachers Union here in Massachusetts. Al is a singer-songwriter, storyteller, sings, plays, and tells stories, both original and gathered from around the world, often appearing at coffee houses, music festivals, and community gardens, leading others in song. Performing with Pete Seeger and Hudson River sloop singers steeped her in the folk tradition, which she carries forward. Please welcome Elle.
Thanks. Thank you. I go by the name Pinetree.
Thank you for letting me know.
And I apologize that I didn't get the teacher blues ready. So I'm going to do a different song. But all you union organizers, if you're interested in the teacher blues, please get in touch with me. Okay. I wrote this for a UFT rally in 2021 and might be relevant today too. Okay. So this is a wonderful old song by Pete Seeger and Malvina Reynolds. He wrote the music, Malvina wrote the words, and Mrs. Clara Sullivan's letter. Dear Mr. Editor, if you choose, please send me a copy of the labor news. I've got a son in the
Pinetree, sorry to interrupt there, but can you turn on the original sound on your device there? Because we're not hearing that guitar because of that. You got that up in the upper right-hand corner, original sound on?
I'm looking for it.
You kind of move your mouse around the upper right-hand corner. You're going to see something that says original
Right, I got
sound.
it. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Much better.
All right, here we go. Dear Mr. Editor, if you choose, please send me a copy of the labor news. I've got a son in the infantry, and he'd be mighty glad to see that somebody somewhere now and then thinks about the lives of the mining men in Perry County. In Perry County and hereabouts, the miners simply had to go out. It was long hours and substandard pay, then they took our contract away. And now 14 months is a mighty long time to face the goons on the picket line in Perry County. I'm 26 years a miner's wife. There's nothing harder than a miner's life. But there's no better man than a mining man. You couldn't find better in all this land. The deal they get is a rotten deal, mountain greens and gravy meal in Perry County. We live in shacks that the rain comes in, while the operators live high as sin. Ride Cadillac cars and drink like a fool. Our kids lack clothes to go to school. Sheriff Combs, he has it fine, runs the law and owns a mine in Perry County. I believe the truth will out someday, that we're fighting for jobs at decent pay. Why, after work my man comes in with his wet clothes frozen to his skin, digging coal so the world can run, operators can have their fun in Perry County. Dear Mr. Editor, if you choose, please send me a copy of the labor news. I've got a son in the infantry, and he'd be mighty glad to see that somebody somewhere now and then thinks about the lives of the mining men in Perry County.
Thank you, Pinetree. What was the name of the song again?
Mrs. Clara Sullivan's letter, I believe West Virginia comes to mind, Perry County.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's a very famous, it's actually a very famous county. It was a very famous labor struggle.
Thank you for sharing that piece of labor history. And I look forward to hearing the teacher blues at some point because I'm a teacher. And we narrowly averted a strike this week. I'm a member of the Oakland Education Association here in Oakland, California. So thank you so much. And I would like to hear that one again. I'm ready to now introduce our next performer. This person is a union negotiator, folk singer, songwriter, paper cut artist, and papa, based in Oakland, California, right here where I live. Please welcome to the stage Seth Patel. Seth Newton Patel, sorry.
Thank you, Marcie. And thank you, Pinetree, for that beautiful rendition of such a timely song as well. And I really appreciate it on a number of levels, but in particular also the role of the women in mining communities in the strikes and struggles is so crucial to tell. The songwriters among the women also in the mining struggles. So thank you for that, Pinetree. I'd also love to hear that teacher blues at some point. My 3 daughters are in the Oakland School District and love their teachers and love walking the picket line with their teachers. So thank you again. Speaking of strikes, my union of University of California workers across the state struck on May Day. So proud to have gone out on strike in the tens of thousands of workers. It's our 4th strike in 6 months. So I have a song the chorus is basically a chant that is quite simple, and I hope you all will join along. I'll sing strike, 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 and then in double time, it's a chant. Strike, 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 strike. So here we go. We noticed the boss on the 8th. We're striking you for your bad faith. Striking you for your bad faith. Strike, 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 strike. You hate their ways, oh so do I. So get your butt to the picket line. Get your butt to the picket line. To strike, 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 strike. We have power, you may have heard. How would you put it in a word? How would you use it in a word? Strike, 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 strike. And you know what it means when the boss cries poor. There's more, there's more, there's more. So strike, 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 strike. How the leaders tell me quick, we organize through leadership. Organize through leadership. To strike, 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 strike. You're wondering about this grin, it's 'cause we know we're gonna win. 'Cause we know we're gonna win. 'Cause we strike, 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 strike. 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 Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. It's going to be hopefully a very much needed song in the near future when we perhaps have a general strike. I would now like to introduce Cleo Carroll Knopf. Cleo Carroll is a poet, singer, dancer, aerialist, performance artist, and activist from the Bronx. She performs under the name Poem Dance and Poem Song. Welcome.
Hello. So thank you so much. This song, I wrote this song to highlight the connection between labor, the labor movement, and the anti-war and the anti-genocide and the anti-Zionism movement. It's all connected. And this song is based on an event that is taking place right now as the Swedish dock workers are striking against bringing any weapons to Israel. When labor stands united across this war-torn globe, no problem is too big to solve. We have the power. We have resolve. Workers of the world, hear Palestine call. Stand against genocide and war. To stand against genocide and war. Palestinian trade unions made the call for a global strike and freeze against the arms industry. Refuse to build or transport the weapons of war. Reject complicity in Israel's genocide of Gaza City. When labor stands united across this war-torn globe, no problem is too big to solve. We have the power. We have the love. Workers of the world, hear Palestine call. To stand against genocide and war. To stand against genocide and war. Sweden's dock workers union answered in time. They voted to blockade shipments of weapons on their side, coming from or going to Israel. They defied the Swedish government's $200 million in arms deals with Elbit. When labor stands united across this war-torn globe, no problem is too big to solve. We have the power. We have the love. Workers of the world, hear Palestine call. To stand against genocide and war. To stand against genocide and war. The dock workers descended from a seafaring people, from the father of the runes. Ears so sharp he could hear grass growing, and the dock workers today can hear from thousands of miles away, carried inland by the waves. An injury to one is an injury to all, say the voices of the children in Gaza, in Gaza, in Gaza, calling us to be brave. When labor stands united across this war-torn globe, no problem is too big to solve. We have the power. We have the love. Workers of the world, hear Palestine call. To stand against genocide and war. To stand against genocide and war. The head of the Swedish Dock Workers Union, Eric Helgeson, is a very brave man. They fired him on the same day the labor court did say their boycott of the war machine is legally okay. Eric responded, I knew backlash was coming, but history tells me we will win if we just keep going. When I see the dock workers in that country of the Norse pagan gods, I see Thor, the god of thunder, his sky hammer raised like a sky dock worker, and below blow. The sickle of the goddess of the underworld. Hammer and sickle, sky up high to place deep down. The people have a heritage to turn the world around. When labor stands united across this war-torn globe, no problem is too big to solve. We have the power. We have the love. Workers of the world, hear Palestine call to stand against genocide and war. Leve, leve, leve Palestina, leve Palestina. Oh, crossa Zionismen. Long live, long live, long live Palestine. Long live Palestine and crush Zionism. Thank you.
So I am introducing the next singer, but since I am here with a friend of Swedish heritage, I want to give her a moment.
Well, this was more than I knew about my own home country. So thank you, and that makes me very proud of it. And thank you for your wonderful, energizing singing and a very hopeful song to us all to keep on keeping on.
Thank you. So next, I would like to welcome Robert May. Robert's a member of the Beacon Sloop Club and participates in their monthly song circle. Has performed on the children's stage most recently with the Beacon Sloop Club Strawberry Festival. And at a rally to urge Beacon City Council to pass the gas-free building bill. And at a rally in Newburgh to close the Dan Scammer, if I'm saying that right, the Dan Scammer power plant. Welcome, Robert, or Rob.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. And thank you, Cleo, for a beautiful, beautiful song. Very immediate and very spirited. I'm a member of the UFT, United Teachers Federation, taught in New York City for about 30 years. And I want to sing a song about Christian Smalls. He was a union worker at Amazon, so he's a hero for our times. Christian Smalls worked for Amazon when he helped shut the warehouse down.
Rob,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. Have you got original sound on?
Ton, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
and I
guitar
think
is
what's going on
drowning
is
your guitar is kind of drowning out your voice.
Oh, okay. Don't know what to do about
you
that.
might just play the guitar a lot quieter or something.
Okay, I'll try that.
We'll
All
get the
right.
song. Thank you, Robert.
Is that better? Can you hear okay?
Yeah, that's better.
Christian Smalls worked for Amazon when he helped shut that warehouse down. When COVID's deadly shadow fell, there was no concern for the workers' health. He said we're people, not machines, and should be treated as human beings. He was born in a modest home. He was raised by a single mom, where he rapped and emceed as well. But his voice was meant for something else. He said we're people, not machines, should be treated as human beings. Well, Amazon's general counsel said he's not smart or articulate. He was belittled and demonized, and so determined to unionize. He said we're people, not machines, should be treated as human beings. Well, it's the workers who make Amazon. It's not the other way around. And when workers are dehumanized, well, it's time to unionize. We say it's people, we're people, not machines. Should be treated as human beings. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Rob. That was
Appreciate
beautiful.
it. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
I'm going to introduce the next performer, and I don't know what to say about him. If I were to read you his bio, we'd be here all night. Sai Khan is an amazing organizer, writer, activist, musician, songwriter, theater writer, philanthropist, family man. He'll probably tell you lots more. I've just posted the link to his website in the chat because I'd rather have you hear from him than hear me talk about him. Sai is going to read the lyrics to a song, and he'll tell you why, and then he'll introduce the next song. So please welcome Sai Khan.
Oh, thank you so much. Not to be critical, but you forgot that I'm an amazing grandfather.
An amazing grandfather.
Thank you. Thank you. The minutes stand corrected. I am honored and grateful to be here with my sisters and my brothers to honor the workers of the world and the work that we do. I spent many years working with cotton mill workers in North Carolina and other southern states. In 1934, for those of you in the Bay Area, that's the year of the San Francisco General Strike. It's also the year of the uprising of 1934 in the southern textile industry. 400,000 mill workers walked out on strike. It was a spontaneous uprising. It was not led by a union, it was led by the workers. And they would pile into farm trucks and they would go from mill to mill shouting, "Come out on strike, come out on strike." The response was violent. There were machine gun emplacements on the turrets of the mills in Greenville, South Carolina. Dozens of workers were murdered. 10,000 were put behind barriers in old World War I concentration camps and prisoner of war camps. And part of what is so remarkable about textiles, it was at that time the only heavy industry, and I emphasize heavy industry, that is a majority of women. 90% of mill workers, when we had mills, were women. And so the strike was led by women. So I imagined a mill worker many years later remembering her mother as she herself walks on the picket line. This is called Mama Was a Union Woman. And I'm reading because an unfortunate sinus infection took aim at my vocal cords and did enough damage that I just can't hit the notes. So I'm rediscovering my youth in poetry. and reading my songs as poetry. This is called Mama Was a Union Woman. Wake up, Sally. Don't you sleep so late. Don't you sleep so long. Daddy just went off to work. Mama soon be home. Don't you see that old sun shining, climbing up the hill? Can't you hear that whistle whining? Home from the mill, home from the mill. Mama was a union woman, tried to raise us right. Mama was a union woman, 2 hour shift each night. Mama was a union woman, 2 hard-working hands. She raised up a union woman and a union man. Do you remember hard times, Sally? Just before the war, seemed the world was out on strike. In 1934, Mama, on the back of a pickup truck, shouting to the crowd, where'd that woman get the strength? Wish I had it now. Wish I had it now. Sally, what would Mama do if she were here today? By God, I know she'd never stand to see us done this way, the way she taught us how to fight. I never will forget. She's with us on this picket line, walking with us yet, walking with us yet. Mama was a union woman, tried to raise us right. Mama was a union woman, 2 hour shift each night. Mama was a union woman, 2 hard-working hands. She raised up a union woman and a union man. She raised up a union woman and a union man. So these days, having turned 81 years old, I'm spending most of my musical time with socially conscious musicians in their teens and 20s and early 30s, not trying to pass on what I know, trying to learn what they know. I don't believe in mentorship. I believe in learning partnerships. So you're going to hear from 2 Appalachian musicians, Sam Gleaves and Sarah Lynch Thomason. This is a cut from their album, I Have Known Women, which Sarah and Sam and I put together in honor of the passing of the 19th Amendment, giving some women the vote, legally, if not in reality, always. And the video was made by our union brother, Saul Schneiderman. Saul has a remarkable history. He's worked at the Library of Congress, and he was the president of the union of the AFSCME local at the Library of Congress. He is the founder of the Great Labor Arts Exchange. If those of you don't know about the Great Labor Arts Exchange, an annual gathering, it's, in some ways very much like the People's Music Network gathering, but specifically focused on labor. He is the chair of the Labor Heritage Foundation. And I think if you don't know it, sign up for his Friday Labor Folklore. It's free. It's history. It's labor history, very, very broadly defined. And it always makes my Friday morning. So the Friday Labor Folklore here. And Saul made the video to go with this song that Sarah and Sam are singing. And I believe it's important to sing for people, as we've done tonight. I also think it's extraordinarily important to sing with people. That's an organizing technique, and it's empowering. And so in my own songwriting, a large proportion of it goes into trying to write songs to sing together. This is one of them. It's called, you'll find out, In Gratitude.
Room for all, room for all. In the union there is room for all. In the union there is room for all. There is room for the janitor. In the union there is room for all.
There is room for the teacher.
In the union there is room for all.
There is room for the preacher.
In the union there is room for all. Room for all, room for all. In the union there is room for all. Room for all, room for all. In the union there is room for all. There is room for our neighbor. In the union there is room for all. There is room for all who labor. In the union there is room for all.
There is room for the poor folk.
In the union there is room for all.
There is always room for more folk.
In the union there is room for all. Room for all, room for all. In the union there is room for all. Room for all, room for all. In the union there is room for all. There is room for the lesbian. In the union there is room for all. There is room for the lesbian. In the union there is room for all.
There is room for all queer folk.
In the union there is room for all.
There is no room for fear folks.
In the union there is room for all. Room for all, room for all. In the union there is room for all. Room for all, room for all. In the union there is room for all. There is room for community. In the union there is room for all. There is room here for unity. In the union there is room for all.
There is room to take a chance here.
In the union there is room for all.
There is room for romance here.
In the union there is room for all. Room for all, room for all. In the union there is room for all. Room for all, room for all. In the union there is room for all. Room for all, room for all. In the union there is room for all. Room for all, room for all. In the union there is room for all.
Well, since we couldn't get them here, the video was the next best thing, and it's a wonderful video. Great arrangement of a really beautiful song. Sai, would you like to say anything else before we move on to the next person? Unmute. Unmute yourself. Can't hear you.
I muted myself because I have nothing more to say. I just want to say what a joy and what solace it is to be in the circle of song. I don't know if music can soothe the savage beast, but we're certainly doing our best. And if anybody wants really hateful, scurrilous songs about the current administration and its friends and supporters, contact me. I've got lots. I mean, they're really nasty. No more kid gloves, no more kids. I'll put my email in the chat. I am always delighted to be in touch with my union sisters and brothers. I've got another 20 years to go. My primary care physician says I'm going to make it to at least 100. So lots of time to get songs out to the world. Thank you all.
We look forward to lots more from you. Thank you, Sai. Well, it is my pleasure to introduce the next duo. Michael and Nell are a Nashville-based folk duo. They've performed their acclaimed multimedia Joe Hill Roadshow live. Well, it says 30 times here, but the website might be a little out of date, so I'll let them update that. Their Welcome Home album reached number 5 on the International Folk Chart, and they were finalists in the 2021 Renaissance Artists and Writers Association Music for Social Change contest. Please welcome Michael and Nell.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, great. We've
Loud
been
and
messing
clear.
with our sound here, trying to get it to get better.
Yeah, good to see Cy Khan.
Hey, hi, Cy.
Hey.
You kind of wave out from us. All right. So here we are in what we call we call it Nash Vegas now. It's gotten so crazy here in Nashville. For those of you who haven't visited, we've been here for a long time. We've seen a lot of changes go down in Nashville.
Yeah, big time tourists. We were one of the more popular tourist spots, and there used to be a bumper sticker around that said, "Welcome to Nashville, y'all. Now go home." And that's kind of how it is. Anyway, Nell, let's introduce the song. This is a song that Nell started writing a while back about an incident that happened at the carrier plant up in Indianapolis, and she saw this article in
I don't know, Newsweek or something. And
Time magazine.
Time magazine.
And she started writing this song, and we put our heads together and we come up with this. And I'll give you another little footnote after we play the song.
It's called Boss Called a Meeting.
Yeah. One, two.
Hold up.
Hold on. Ah. One, two.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Boss called a meeting, so we had to go. Moving the plant to Mexico. We all heard the rumors, now we know they're moving the plant to Mexico.
All I ever know is a blue-collar life. It's here and job fed my kids and my wife. I gave them my muscle, gave them my brain. Now I'm on to the ground by this runaway train. Losing my job never felt so low.
They're moving the plant to Mexico. How am I gonna pay all the money I owe? They're moving the plant to Mexico.
I'm not against the Mexicans, they gotta eat. They're just like us, they're taking the heat. We're all getting burned, that's the way it feels. While billionaires in easy chairs
Make these heroes. Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio, they're moving the plants to Mexico. What'll I do? Where will I go? They're moving all the plants to Mexico.
Can't believe it's come to this. It's not just the money, but the friends I'll miss. I'll see some of the guys from time to time at the bar of the unemployment line.
Boss called a meeting, so we had to go. They're moving the plant to Mexico. Politicians' promises are all for show. They're moving the plant to Mexico. Politicians' promises are just for show.
They're moving the plant to Mexico.
Thank you.
So the footnote of that song is that we wound up at a steel workers union meeting in Indianapolis, and we were invited to play this song, which we did. And we got a very nice video out of it, too.
Yeah, it was great to play them. They were the union who lost their
The
jobs
union that
after all the BS. We also got to see this meeting, video of this meeting, you know, where the suits are up there, you know, oh, we're all together and, you know, we're all in this together and it's all going to be great for the corporation and all that kind of stuff, you know. And should I say what one guy in the audience said?
No.
He said, F you, real loud in the middle of the meeting, and we started laughing. It was a great moment.
Yeah, somebody was videotaping this with their phone,
Yeah.
obviously. And, anyway, I don't see this woman smiling, so I think it's time for us to get off.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. It's not anything you said. I was just trying to figure out how to communicate that. Actually, my colleague is introducing the next person, so her face should be up on the screen.
Okay, well,
I think
great.
once I start talking, it'll be good. But
Okay.
it was, Mike, it was a great story, and I was gonna ask if the steel company executive heard your song. That would have been just as hard hitting as the FU. So
Yeah, probably not.
No,
The union guys heard it. The guys in the union heard it, but I don't think they shared it with him.
Yeah.
No, I don't think people like
Yeah.
that.
Next time.
Well, thank you for having us. We really enjoyed it, and it's great seeing Ty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, now I have the pleasure of introducing Louise Hetzler. And Louise, apparently we didn't have the name of the song that you're going to be singing, so I'm going to leave that introduction to you. I'm also told that you're in the nonfiction singer-songwriter genre.
Exactly.
I don't know what that is, so I hope you'll explain it to us. It sounds very interesting.
Okay.
And that you have many songs about nature, organic gardening, and environmental justice. And I'm guessing that might be the genre that you're going to be sharing with us tonight. So I'll hand it over to you.
You guessed right. And I just want to say to Michael and Nell, I just love your songs every time. I love the fiddle. I love the tunes. It's wonderful music. So thank you for that. Yes, I am a nonfiction songwriter. I basically take the truth and rhyme it, as opposed to fiction songwriters who make up details for the sake of the rhyme. His eyes were green and he was really mean, when his eyes were blue, but green will rhyme with mean. So I do the opposite. I take reality as I interpret it and then rhyme that. So, and I find that very satisfying. And most of my songs do revolve around nature. I'm inspired by nature. I've been writing environmental songs since the 1970s, actually. So I have one today that's a recent one. It's called Drive Out Greed, which can be, you can actually shorten it to DOG, or you could say Drive Out Greed Eternally and call it Doge or whatever it's called. Anyway, Drive Out Greed. And it's to the tune, actually did not make up this tune, for all of you former Clamshell Alliance people out there. It's to the tune of Acres of Clams. So sing along. Here we go. I've lived all my life in this country, and I love every flower and tree. I expect to live here till 110.
It's the greed that must go and not me. It's the greed that must go and not me, my friends. It's the greed that must go and not me. I expect to live here till 110. It's the greed that must go and not me. Our national parks are a treasure. It's here that we're taking a stand. Hiking their trails is a pleasure. Don't let the park rangers be canned. Don't let the park rangers be canned, my friends. Don't let the park rangers be canned. Hiking their trails is a pleasure. Don't let the park rangers be canned. I've lived all my life in this country, and I love every flower and tree. I expect to live here till 110. It's the greed that must go and not me. It's the greed that must go and not me, my friends. The greed that must go and not me. I expect to live here till 110. It's the greed that must go and not me.
Thank you. Rick Ward put in the chat, that's an Irish tune, Rosin the Bow. Yay. Great repurposing.
Thank you.
Excellent. I love your lyrics. I am looking for my script. I've got lots of tabs open here. All right. So it was a pleasure to listen to Louise. Let's give her a round of applause. It's always good to unmute when we applaud.
Thank you.
So I have the joy now of introducing someone that I don't know if anyone in PMN has ever met this gentleman in person. I know he's real. I got about half an hour from his house one time in Southern California in the desert, but never actually made it there. But he is a wonderful activist, singer, organizer. Eric Law called his latest album the spiritual soundtrack for a fear-filled, uncertain world. After the 2016 U.S. election, he began writing songs in response to the polarization and divisiveness, some people say, living in the U.S. And he was originally inspired by Peter, Paul, and Mary, and Bob Dylan. Began writing songs at the age of 14 about his immigrant experience in New York City. He is a priest in the Episcopal Church, now retired, and a founder of the Kaleidoscope Institute for Diverse and Sustainable Communities, the author of 12 books, active songwriter, and lots more. So please welcome Eric Law.
Thank you, Marcie. You did research on me, my goodness. Thank you. First of all, Louise, what a wonderful tradition that your song and your lyric comes from, the long tradition of taking a tune and finding lyric that fits so well. It's the greed that needs to go, not me, right? And I remember that because it's a good song, and so appreciate that, and really, really do appreciate good. I like to think of myself as a folk songwriter, and try to connect with that strong tradition. So thank you, Louise. Yeah. So Marcie said that my first studio album was I call it the soundtrack of our time, of this uncertain, fearful time. And so I'm going to do a song from that album, the first album called Upside Down Town, and it's about working class folks. Got myself a job, and I'm really working really hard, and I feel kinda good. I got myself a job and I'm working really hard, and it feels kinda good. Until I found out that my paycheck ain't enough to pay my rent and my food. The bees work hard all day. When evening comes, they got lots of honey to share. The bees work hard all day. When evening comes, they got lots of honey to share. But when I work hard all day long, I got no time or money to spare. I live to go to work, but my work won't let me live. So who's living off the goods I made? I live to go to work, but my work won't let me live. So who's living off the goods I made? I'm running on a treadmill, and you're playing golf all day and get paid. You need money to make money. You never tell me that, but I know that it's true. You need money to make money. You'd never tell me that, but I know that it's true. I got no millions from my daddy. All I got is the working class blues. You said I'll still be loving you, even if you shot a man on Fifth Avenue. You said I'll still be loving you, even if you shot a man on Fifth Avenue. But when the man you shot was me, no more will the working man be loving you. You don't talk to me no more. Ever since I started asking questions of you, you don't talk to me no more. Ever since I started asking questions of you. Why the billionaires so happy, and I'm still singing the working class blues. Oh, why the billionaires so happy, and I'm still singing the working class blues.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Feels like a very timely song, very timely. I am introducing Paul McKenna. Paul's been writing songs for social and economic justice since 1976. And although some of them have original melodies, I think probably many people on this screen know that his specialty is writing parodies. He recently released a CD including 36 songs written between 1990 and 2015 entitled "Come Join Us in a Union Song." Although I have to say I'm on a People's Music Network listserv with Paul, and Paul, I think you've written at least as many, if not more, parodies in the last 5 months or since Trump was elected, than the 36 that you recorded between 1990 and 2015.
Lisa, I don't see Paul here.
Oh gosh, really?
Yeah.
Paul, if you're here, identify yourself.
Well, that's sad.
All
Well,
right.
I guess we need to just go on to the next
We'll
person.
move on, and people can check out his CD.
Yeah. So now I have to find my way down here. Oh, Charlene.
Hi.
Charlene, let me introduce you. Do you prefer Char or Charlene?
Charlene is okay.
Okay. So Charlene is a longtime member of PMN. She performs original and classic folk rock solo and with a group known as the Herstorians with Pat LaManna and Diane Doolittle. She founded the Central Jersey Women's Music Collective and has released 3 collections of original songs. For the 99, her latest release is a collection of original songs deconstructing racism, inequality, militarism, and mad rulers with feminist passion, optimism, and love. And Charlene is going to sing Don't Let the Workers Go. Please welcome Charlene Leahy.
Well, thank you so much, Marcie. I just want to say I had to change that song, so I'll be doing another song, which I'll announce in a second. But I want to just say, Eric, thank you for that beautiful and moving song. I absolutely adore the blues, and it was very powerful, and I was moved. So thank you so much, Eric. This is a song I wrote in 2010. It was kind of a song ordered by an event I was invited to. It was a tribute to Woody Guthrie in New York City, and I didn't have a song, but I had a poem. So I wrote a poem for Woody, and I turned it into a song, and it's called What Would Woody Write? I want to dedicate this to Pete Seeger. Woody changed his life in profound ways, and Pete would have been 106 years old yesterday. Woody Guthrie spoke plain about deportees and Dust Bowl days, families forced from the land. He told the story of Ma and Tom Joad on borrowed time at the edge of the road with no time left to lose. Singing for the unions and the working folks, exposing the greed of a system that broke. And Woody told the truth. So what would Woody write? What would Woody write right now in these hard times? What would Woody write? What would Woody write right now in these hard times? Now it's time to speak plain about bailed out bankers having their way while families are forced to move. People sick and tired of being attacked are standing up ready to fight back with so much more to lose. But the boss is getting richer as we go broke. They're taking our jobs and our homes, but not our hope. Say, Woody, has that much really changed? So what would Woody write? What would Woody write right now in these hard times? What would Woody write? What would Woody write right now in these hard times? So here's to the mystic with a guitar strap who hitched a ride on a railroad track and always paid his dues. He fought for the unions and the working folks, exposing the greed of a system that broke, and sometimes he broke the rules. But he brought us together like a gathering storm, raising our voices in protest and song. And Woody told the truth. So what would Woody write? What would Woody write right now in these hard times? What would Woody write? What would Woody write right now in these hard times? Right now in these hard times.
Thank you so much.
Lisa's actually introducing the next person, so can we, yeah, get Lisa up here.
My screen was moving around without me wanting it to. What a great question. What would Woody write? A really great question for these times. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Shar.
My pleasure.
This next song is a classic, and I hope it means that we're all going to be able to sing along with Mark Hecker. Mark sings and plays guitar at public libraries, senior citizen centers, for the Stratton VA Medical Center, charitable events, farmers markets, and numerous open mics. He's also a member of the Classical Guitar Society of Upper NYS.
New York State.
Oh, okay.
New York State.
Thank you. And has participated in the National Guitar Workshop. And Mark is going to lead us in singing Union Made.
Well, I don't know if I'm good enough to be a song leader, but I'm sure a lot of you people know this song. And as far as the last song is concerned, it was an excellent tribute to Woody Guthrie. My favorite Woody Guthrie song until now actually has been Bound for Glory by Phil Oakes, which is an absolutely beautiful song I like to perform. And I think Woody would have written a song very much like you came up with. Woody Guthrie, I think, is one of the greatest heroes in American history. And anyway, I'll try to do justice to the song as best as I can. There once was a Union Made who never was afraid of goons and geeks and company freaks and deputy sheriffs that paid the rate. She went to the Union Hall when the meeting it was called, and when the company boys paid round, she always stood her ground. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking with the Union. I'm sticking with the Union. I'm sticking with the Union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking with the Union. I'm sticking with the Union to the day I die. That Union Made was wise to the tricks of company spies. She couldn't be fooled by company schools. She always organized, and she always got her way. When she struck for higher pay, she showed her card to the National Guard, and this is what she'd say. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking with Union. I'm sticking with Union. I'm sticking with Union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking with Union. I'm sticking with Union to the day I die. Those you guys who want to be free, just take a little tip from me. Find you a man who's Union man and join the ladies' hall too. Now you gotta take hard when you got a Union card. A Union man has a happy life when he's got a Union wife. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking with Union. I'm sticking with Union. I'm sticking with Union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking with Union. I'm sticking with Union to the day I die. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking with Union. I'm sticking with Union. I'm sticking with Union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking with Union. I'm sticking with you to the day I die. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. I have a story about that song. I'm sorry, I can't resist. Pete Seeger was playing at the Bread and Roses Festival up in I think it was Lawrence, Mass, many years ago. And I had written to him ahead of time to say, oh, I'm going to be on the stage right before you. Could we do a song together? And he said, you pick. So I picked that song, Union Made. We did it together. It was wonderful. It was my moment on stage, just me and Pete. Before I could get off the stage, he said, well, I'm going to keep Marcie up here for another song. My sister wrote this song. Peggy wrote it, and I know Marcie knows it, so I'm just going to ask her to sing it with me. The song was, I'm going to be an engineer. I don't know who knows this song, but this song has nothing that repeats in the entire song except the word engineer. And I didn't know the song by heart. I'd read it out of a songbook. So I'm standing there on stage with Pete Seeger, supposedly singing with him. So I'm just going like, da-da-da-da, engineer, engineer, engineer. It was a mortifying moment. Anyway, back to you, Mark. I really appreciate that song and your choice of it.
Thank you.
It's a classic.
Thank you.
The next person I don't actually know, and I'm looking forward to hearing from Donald Roby. So Donald, tell us where you are and anything you'd like to tell us. And Donald is going to share the Ballad of a Carpenter.
Hi, I love the Union song, and that's a classic. So thank you for doing that. I love all the Union songs. I'm doing Ballad of the Carpenter by Ewan MacColl, where he sort of casts Jesus Christ as a union organizer. Now, what truth there is to this, I don't know, but it's a nice story. And it was also covered by Phil Oakes, and I think probably what I'm doing is closer to the Phil Oakes version. But yeah, they're not too far different. Jesus was a working man, and a hero you will hear. Born in the town of Bethlehem, at the turning of the year, at the turning of the year. I'm gonna do it. Forget the guitar. I'm just screwing up the guitar. Jesus was a working man, and a hero you will hear, born in the town of Bethlehem, at the turning of the year, at the turning of the year. When Jesus was a little lad, streets rang with his name, for he argued with the older men, and put them all to shame. He put them all to shame. He became a wandering journeyman, and he travelled far and wide, and he noticed how wealth and poverty live always side by side, live always side by side. So he said, come you working men, farmers and weavers too, if you would only stand as one, this world would belong to you. This world belongs to you. When the rich man heard what the carpenter had done, to the Roman troops they ran, saying, "Put this rebel Jesus down. He's a menace to God and man. He's a menace to God and man." The commander of the occupying troops just laughed, and then he said, "There's a cross to spare on Calvary's hill. By the weekend he'll be dead. By the weekend he'll be dead." Now Jesus walked among the poor, for the poor were his own kind, and they'd never let him get near enough to take him from behind, to take him from behind. So they hired one of the traders' trade, and an informer was he, and he sold his brother to the butcher's men for a fistful of silver money, for a fistful of silver money. And Jesus sat in the prison cell, and they beat him and offered him bribes to desert the cause of his fellow man, and work for the rich man's tribe, and work for the rich man's tribe. And the sweat stood out on Jesus' brow, and the blood was in his eye, when they nailed his body to the Roman cross, and they laughed as they watched him die. They laughed as they watched him die. 2,000 years have passed and gone, many a hero too, but the dream of this poor carpenter remains in the hands of you, remains in the hands of you.
That is a beautiful song. Wow. And a great story.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Donald. I'd like to see more of you at these things.
Oh, I come in now and then.
All right.
I've been here before.
Where are you located?
Gloucester, Massachusetts.
Oh, wonderful. Well, folks, we're getting on toward the end here. I think we're going to wrap it up just a little after 9 o'clock Eastern, a little after 6 o'clock Pacific. So we have a finale for you. And Ben, do you have any last remarks, PMN announcements before we take it out with Solidarity Forever?
Just come to the summer gathering, May 23rd to 25th in Groton, Massachusetts, not far from Gloucester. Think about it.
And for those who can't make it in person, Eric, do you want to say anything about the online PMN summer gathering?
There will be parallel online gathering, both workshops that will be live streamed, as well as dedicated online workshops. So check that out in the website, and it's worth it.
We'll open registration for the Zoom only this week.
Right. Thanks. And you'll meet a lot of people across the country and in the world. Actually, we get people from all over the world joining us in this. So do come. If you can't make it in person, come to online. We'd love to have you.
Anything else, Ben, before we move on to our last song?
Lisa, I'm going to ask you and Jenny. I'm going to ask you and Jenny to start the song, because after I told everybody we were doing it in the key of F, I realized I need a capo and I can't find mine. So.
I heard we're doing it in the key of G now.
Oh, did we move it up?
Yeah, we're
key of G.
doing G.
Okay, let me see if my G matches Eric's G. G, play a G, Eric.
Yeah.
Lisa, are you and Jenny comfortable starting the song?
Sure, Jenny.
We'd like to hear. We'd like to hear a little
You're
more.
gonna give us a few bar intro? When the union's inspiration through the work explosion run, there should be no pathway beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is we begun? But people strength of one, but the union makes us solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever, and the union makes us strong.
It is we who plow the prairies, build the cities where they trade, dug the mines and build the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand outcast and starving, miss the wonder we have made. But the union makes us strong. Sing it with me. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. The unions makes us strong.
Original sound, Lisa. Original sound. We need original sound on.
We do have original
Oh,
sound.
okay. Get closer to the mic.
There we go. All right, stop us again if it's not working.
All right.
It is we who wash the dishes, scrub the floors, clean the dirt, feed the kids and send them off to school, and then we go to work. Where we work for half as wages for a boss who likes to flirt, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever.
And they have taken untold millions that they never toiled to earn. But without our brain and muscle, not a single wheel can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. As the immigrants and students see their freedom slip away, let us join them in the struggle to create a brighter day. When the fascist system crumbles, we will finally have our say. Our union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. Oh, this one is mine too. Sorry.
That's Eric.
Is it Eric? My bad. Go ahead, Eric. Just unmute now.
I didn't see that coming, but here we go. We divide us by our color, we divide us by our tongue, we divide us men and women, we divide us old and young. But they they will tremble at our voices when they hear these verses sung. And the union makes us strong. Here goes. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. The union makes us strong.
The wrong thing on my screen. This is.
We've got another verse to do, okay?
Oh yeah.
In
our hands is placed a power
greater than their own gold,
greater than the might of armies magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to birth a new world from the ashes of the old. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. En español. Solidaridad por siempre. Solidaridad por siempre. Solidaridad por siempre. Que viva nuestra unión. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong.
Woo, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Excellent.
We just got to sing that song today with a bunch of guys from IBEW Union. We went up to their event today and we sang